into the video. So this video started off me just doing a few things for meal prepping. As I continued to edit the video, I thought it would be a better idea to just do a full video of all my favorite ways that I meal prep and my favorite ways to stay on track and how I do that and how I like to prep my favorite food. So this is kind of meal prep over the course of like a couple weeks rather than just one specific meal prep. So I figured this would be a little more helpful than just like a few recipes and then like a workout. I'd rather this just be a full focused video on food and meal prep. So you'll see some of the clips throughout the video and I'll explain how I make some of them. If you have any questions about how I make any of them, if you want me to go into more detail, just comment below and let me know and I'd be happy to get back to you. So enjoy the rest of the food. Hey guys, so I'm in the middle of meal prepping right now and I figured that I would show you guys some of the tips and tricks that I use when I'm meal prepping that help me stay more consistent and on track throughout the week. So right now I'm about to make crock pot chicken. It's super easy. I make salsa crock pot chicken. It's only 2 ingredients and all you have to do is cut it up, put the salsa in it, and you're good to go. So I'm going to show you guys how I make some of that and let's get started. So I just take some plain old kitchen scissors and then I trim the fat off. And I find it easier than doing it with a knife. All this stuff, just cut off, just like that. Alright, so I cut up all the chicken and now I'm going to put it into the crock pot to cook. Together. I don't really follow any set recipes, but I just have, this is some of my favorite stuff, this pesto seasoning. Instead of actually getting pesto, which has tons of fat in it, I get these little seasoning packs for a tablespoon, which is 5 grams. The whole packet has 3 servings, so 15 grams. Only 3 grams of carbs, so no fat. So I just sprinkle this on top of the chicken and I'll bake it in the oven at 425 for about 20 minutes or so, maybe 15 because one of the breasts is a little smaller than the other. And I like to cook it at a higher temperature for a lower amount of time because to me, I feel like it keeps the chicken like juicier and more tender. So I'm just gonna give this a sprinkle. Okay, so this next item that I am going to prep is one of my favorites. It's sweet potato fries. So I set the oven at 375 and let it warm up. And while the oven is heating up, I start cutting up my sweet potato fries. And one of the tricks for this is to try to get all the cuts of sweet potato kind of around the same size. That way they cook evenly in the oven together. Once the sweet potatoes are all cooked, I just spread them evenly out into a baking sheet, and then I take some canola, it's just canola cooking spray, and I just spray a little bit just to lightly coat. And then I take some ground pepper and pink Himalayan sea salt, and I just sprinkle a bunch over top. And then once it's coated, I will mix it all up to make sure that all the seasoning gets evenly coated. And then I'll stick it in the oven for about 15 minutes. And then once those 15 minutes are done, I'll take them out of the oven again, flip them, and then cook them for another 15, and they turn out perfectly crispy and golden. So this next recipe is pretty simple. I'm just going to cut up some asparagus, and I chop them in threes, and I keep the rubber bands on. It's just easier and less of a hassle. And then I spray a non-stick skillet with some cooking spray. I dump all the asparagus in, and then I don't really use any fancy seasonings. I just season again with salt and pepper. And then I just give the entire batch just like a quick little stir, and then I sit and let them cook. While I'm waiting for everything to cook, I'm going to use this opportunity to slice up some cucumber, and I like to keep some stuff that I can just grab and go and snack on easily in the fridge. So I just like to do this in the meantime while I'm waiting for everything to cook. Okay, so I just finished putting the sweet potato fries and asparagus into the fridge. So the next item that I'm making is spaghetti squash. So as you can see right here, I'm having a little bit of trouble cutting into the squash. It takes a little bit of practice, but I found that sometimes your knife will get stuck if you put it right into the center. So I have this method where I kind of try to lightly stick the knife in and go around the outside. And eventually I do split it in half. So once I have the spaghetti squash open and cut into 2 halves, I will then take a spoon. I used to think that a fork would be the best bet, but a spoon is actually a lot better, being able to scrape all the insides out. So it's kind of like a pumpkin. You want to just scrape all those guts out, get all the seeds out. If you want to use the seeds for, if you want to bake them, you absolutely can do that. I don't really like doing that. And then once they're open, I just, again, salt and pepper, and I use the same pan as before, spray it, and I put them both down, and then I cook them in the oven at 375. You could probably do it a higher temperature if you wanted, and I do it for about 45 minutes. Okay, so the next item that I'm making are Brussels sprouts, and I make these pretty much the same way I make the asparagus. The only difference is I cut these into quarters. So I'll cut the ends off, and then I'll cut them in half, and then cut them in half one more time. And I cook them pretty much the same way. I heat up a skillet, I spray some cooking spray in the pan, and then I season with salt and pepper. I kind of prefer my vegetables to not have any crazy seasoning. I just prefer salt and pepper, and I think it's the simplest. So I just put them all into a big bowl, and then put them into a skillet, and then I cook them until they're pretty crispy on the outside. So you'll see what they look like when they're done. They're nice and crispy, and they have a really nice taste to them. So the next and final item that I'll be making is white rice. I find that white rice is more easily digestible than brown rice, and I used to measure everything out, then measure everything once it was cooked, and then divide it that way to find the macros, but it's just too difficult. So what I do is measure everything once it's cooked, so I'll do half a cup, quarter cup, etc. And I put it in my rice cooker, and it just does everything for you. You don't even have to think about it. I would invest in a rice cooker, and I will link the one that I use in the description box. All you have to do is follow directions, set it, cook, and it's done. Alright, so I am all done cooking in the kitchen, and I thought it might be a good idea, or you guys might find it helpful if you saw the inside of my fridge, so I figured I would show you that. Alright, so just some random stuff. I have some minced garlic. This is the sugar-free jelly that I always use. That's my husband's. He also has queso. Honey Dijon Skinny Girl sugar-free dressing. I've put my own mustard and stuff in there. Hot sauce, spray butter. My husband gets real ketchup, and here's mine. I get reduced sugar ketchup, mustard, cashew milk, unsweetened cashew milk. He gets whole milk. This is my L-Carnitine from 1UP Nutrition. I had to keep it refrigerated. So he gets lemonade, pasta sauce for him, egg whites, go through a lot of these, salsa, put this on everything. He has barbecue sauce. This is my barbecue sauce. It's sugar-free. I also have some Carolina style barbecue sauce from Simple Girl. Have some mayo back there. All of my Dr. Pepper. We had this from Valentine's Day. Not sure why it's still in there. And that's his as well. So this is what our fridge looks like at the moment. Typically we have a space right here for lettuce and spinach that is no longer there because we finished it. This is our veggie drawer. So we have some pico de gallo, cucumber, mushrooms, onion, red onion, asparagus, red pepper, carrots, and snap peas. My husband loves those in his lunch. And chopped radish. So you guys already saw the cucumber. This is the asparagus, Brussels sprouts. I have some ground beef, some tilapia, rice. This is our little like cheese and produce drawer. So we have mozzarella cheese, Mexican cheese. Again, my husband's. I use the Laughing Cow garlic and herb. This is Swiss. The macros on these are really good. So only 1.5 grams of fat for one wedge. Some string cheese, turkey pepperoni, some deli cheese for my husband's sandwiches, some deli meat again for his sandwiches, and then I love these pasta zeros, and the macros are really good on these. It's only 8 grams of carbs for the entire bag. Again, not mine. Water filter. I've had bacon. I've had a huge obsession with turkey bacon lately. More veggies, squash, and zucchini. Husband's leftover pastas, husband's protein balls I make, flat out wraps, which I really love. Western Bagel Company. So these are alternative bagels. They're really little, but I just don't have the carbs for them at the moment. And then we have their bigger ones. They're perfect 10, but again, we don't have the carbs. I have some cauliflower, which I'm gonna be making something soon with. Pumpkin, pure pumpkin, non-fat Greek yogurt for me. My husband gets the Great Value and Chobani, depends whatever is cheaper. I just bought, I've been craving tzatziki sauce. And then sugar-free Jell-O, of course, because I'm a basic bikini girl on prep. Bunch of fruit. Got some trail mix back there for my husband. The sweet potato fries, some chopped carrots, shredded zucchini, shredded radish, and that is the Yeti Squash, and then I have eggs. So that's everything in our fridge. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed the video and you learned a lot and some more ideas about how you can prep your own food or some tips and tricks that help you stay on track throughout the week. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below, and maybe let me know in the comment section your favorite meal prep tricks or favorite recipe that you like to make throughout the week. Please give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.